Well, good morning. It's 10:15 on Saturday morning, early August. I'm just outside Stafford railway station. I've got the bike all sorted out. It's rather wet for July, but I'm going to head down to Oxford. So I'm in Stafford, heading to Oxford to see a relative. I'm going to head over towards Worcester and then down towards the Cotswolds. So we'll see how we get on. Hopefully the rain leaves as the day goes on. So I've just found my way onto the Stafford to Newport Greenway, which is fantastic apart from being very wet and muddy, and all the nettles seem to be bending over and brushing past my legs, so I'm getting stung. But here it is. At least there's no cars, so we're underway. I'm following a course. I am absolutely filthy already. Oh. So up to now the commute route has taken me down some really quiet country lanes, which is really good, and the rain has eased a little bit, more drizzly now, so that's an improvement. Anyway, here we go. Looks like there's a busy road ahead, but I go across it, thankfully. So I just left a village called Old Brighton, and I stopped there for a bite to eat. There's a nice little cafe there. Had some eggs on toast and a pot of tea. So although it's still raining, it's a bit chilly. All's good. Quite enjoying the ride now. Although commuter's taken me on a little road here, which there's loads of signs at the back at the beginning there saying no through road, private, trespassers will be prosecuted, etc, etc. So I hope I'm alright. Apparently it's a farm road. Alright, this is the official route, but it's right across the middle of a muddy field. It's a footpath. I think it might be a bridle way, but it's a bit of a place to bring a cycle tour, and that gate is barred up so that you have to lift your bike over. Anyway, some challenge. A little village called Arley on the River Severn, and here's the cycleway across the River Severn. Footpath come cycleway. So it's evening now, and I've just made it into just outside Bewdley. Just come out of Bewdley over the top, and I'm not sure, there's some houses and factories and stuff over there, but I found this nature reserve. It used to be an old golf course apparently, but it's just been left to go wild, so I've come quite a way from the road, sort of sheltered behind these trees a bit. So I'm getting the camp set up. A little while since I've pitched the tarp tent. Anyway, I've got it installed there. So I'm going to get something to eat, get a drink on, concludes day one. Good night, we'll see you tomorrow. Morning all, this is the start of day two. Just camped in the sort of common ground behind us. I think it's kind of like a wildlife refuge, but it was a perfect place to camp anyway. So I'm heading down towards the Cotswolds. I'm around about Stafford, just here. So we'll set off, see how we get on today. The weather's a bit brighter, thankfully. So I think Stafford is a big canal centre with kind of links from the Midlands down to the River Severn. There's a great big basin back there. I'm just riding along this canal towpath now, nice and flat, keeping out of the muddy bits. So I was just cycling along the road and I came across the sign for Hartlebury Castle and its grounds, which looks rather good. But the most appealing thing is the cafe. Sunday morning, apparently it opens at 10 o'clock, it's 5 to 10, so I can't miss that opportunity. Oh, so far today, commuters come up with a good route. Some nice little quiet country lanes. We're in the heart of England now, sort of like the Garden of England, I think it used to be called. So I'm just making my way towards, I think it's Droitwich Spa, and then beyond there to Worcester. Oh, this is nice. Bit of fresh fruit on the journey. Just leaving Droitwich Spa on a cycle lane, heading to Worcester. Some nice cycling infrastructure around Worcester. Look at this, with views across to the Malvern Hills. Just on the road to Pershaw, 4 miles from here. Quite a nice country roundabout. Look at all those fields. So I'm just approaching Willesey at the moment, and the rising ground that you can see ahead is the Cotswold Escarpment. So I'm going to head up there and kind of make that the end of day two. Try and find a wild campsite. I've got some groceries, stuff for tea, so we'll see if we can climb up a bit and hopefully find somewhere. So I think this is the start of a big climb. Well, there's Chipping Camden. And I'm just approaching Dover's Hill. Well, here's where I've managed to find a tent pitch for tonight. I'm probably in a place where it's frowned upon to camp, but I guess that's always the case with stealth camping. But I've managed to find a little quiet corner of Dover's Hill. So Dover's Hill is over in that direction, but I'm rather kind of obscured from the view by this thorn tree. Anyway, here we are. Bit windy. Got the bike there. Got the tent set up as well as I can. Nice views across towards the Malvern Hills over there. And apparently beyond Breeden Hill you can see right into Wales. The Brecon Beacons and the Black Mount apparently. So this will do for now. I'm going to get unpacked and then get something to eat. Approaching Morton in the Marsh. I think I'll stop here for some breakfast. Get a cup of tea, coffee, see if there's somewhere to eat. Back on the road, breakfast has been had. Back on quiet country lanes outside Morton in the Marsh. Nice cycling today. So I'm just coming into the little village of Islip, skirted around the northern edge of Oxford, and I'm heading out now to see my nephew. So this brings to Conclusion, the third day of this little bike touring adventure. See you for day 4. Morning all, it's the start of the 4th day of cycling. I'm heading from Oxford over to Rugby, where I'll pick up the West Coast main line back home to Carlisle. Commute has brought me out first thing onto this bridle way, which this time of the morning is absolutely full of dew. So starting off with dry feet, lovely weather, but it looks like I'm going to get very, very wet pretty soon. Anyway, we'll see where this takes us. I'm heading in the direction of Bicester. Looks like a HS2 building site. Northamptonshire's turning out to be a little bit hillier than the roads out from Oxford. Still quite picturesque though. Oh heck. Go down here, road ahead closed. Let's see if I can get through it. I'll have to see. I'll go on the pavement, I think. Well, that's the advantage of a bike, you can just walk past those road closures. Interesting little place. Lovely, very picturesque. So I keep cycling past fields that look like this, and I think, have they given up bothering to harvest it? Is there something wrong with it? But there's lots of these little black pods, and inside the pods are these little beans, so I can only assume that it's soya. But if anybody knows any different, just let us know in the comments below. Anyway, we're in Northamptonshire still, heading towards Daventry. All's good with the bike. In all the rain that we've had, the chain was squeaking quite badly, so I've put some oil on it and that solved it. I guess it's something that you could quite easily overlook if you were doing a bike tour, is not bringing along maintenance stuff. So anyway, everything's running sweetly now. We're heading up there. Just looking back the way I've come from, just crossing this big valley, and it's a bit of a sting in the tail, is Northamptonshire. Certainly can't ride up here. Bit steep for me. So I'm arrived at Rugby Railway Station. I've had a really enjoyable day riding from the outskirts of Oxford, about 47 miles I think, through the rolling countryside of Northamptonshire. So the train I'll be taking will be a direct train up to Carlisle. If you've found any value in this video, please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for looking in.